6, being a church in a pagan culture, and we're finishing this series in the church in Laodicea. Now, Laodicea was a very wealthy city and had many sources of wealth. One was a very fine black wool, which was much wanted in the area. There was also a trade in gold and a production of an eye salve that was very much wanted all around the area. So they had it all, or so they thought. Now, John refers to them as being neither hot nor cold, just lukewarm. So therefore they were disgusting. I would spit you out of my mouth. Laodicea lies in a valley between two ancient cities, Hierapolis on one side and Colossae on the other. Now, Hierapolis had hot mineral springs, and it was well known in the whole area for its healing properties, and people would come from all around to bathe in these hot springs. Colossae was known because it was in snow-capped mountains, and in spring all the snow melt brought beautiful, cold, fresh water down. Unfortunately for Laodicea, they were in the middle, and the hot water mixed with the cold water and became just lukewarm. The hot mineral water cooled by the fresh, cool water. It lost its properties of healing. The lovely fresh cold water, which was so good for drinking, wasn't able to be drunk because it had become polluted by the mineralisation. So one lost its properties for healing, the other lost their properties for being a lovely, refreshing quality. In other words, the water in Laodicea was useless. And that's what God was saying to the church. You're like that lukewarm water. You're no use for one thing or the other. Now, it appears that the church was wealthy and they thought they had it all. They'd become self-satisfied. And God used terms that they would understand. He said to them, you think you are rich because you trade in gold. You think you have clothing because you have this lovely fine black wool. You're proud of your eye salve that cures many eye conditions. And God tells them, in fact, you're not. You are poor, naked and blind. And so then he encourages them to buy the gold from him. That is gold that lasts, not the material gold. Cover yourselves with white, not that black wool. And of course, white stands for righteousness. Cover yourself with the righteousness of God. And then eye salve, buy it from me, he says, so you will see things through my eyes. This was a rebuke from God, but it wasn't a rebuke to condemn. It was to encourage them to see themselves as they really were and to change. Now, this letter holds a well-known verse. Behold, here I am at the door. I stand and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with him and he with me. Of course, the verse has been made very well known by the Holman Hunt painting of Jesus with a lamp standing at a wooden door with no handle on the outside, and he's knocking at it. But to the people of Laodicea, what this was saying is, Jesus is outside of your church. He's knocking. He wants to come in, but the handle's on the inside. You're the ones who have to open it up to him. And the picture of eating with someone, in the East, that is a picture of relationship. And so Jesus is saying, let me in. Let me have relationship with you. You see, God wants his church to be useful people, to bring healing to people's lives, to bring refreshing to people's lives. And we can only be this if we're in relationship with Jesus. We can't do it by our wealth. We can't do it by our fancy programs. We can't do it with amazing Bible studies. It's love and service that the world may know who God is.